Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Far From Pro podcast.
Welcome back.
I am your host, Evan Walsh, and with me is my co-host, Joseph Meyer.
Yes, sir.
We have a great pod for you guys today, and me and Joseph had a little discussion beforehand. And it seems like we don't have any knots, only hots today for the hot or not section. Which
speaking of hot, you're looking hot in those glasses.
Joseph, I appreciate that. I thought I looked good in them today. The reason I am wearing them though is because this is officially the last podcast in Minnesota. This is officially the last podcast in this room.
He's going to sunny Florida. You're gonna need those glasses down there.
Yeah, exactly why I'm wearing them. So for all the people who see this background watching the YouTube, this will be the last time you see me here. Wow. It's been a ride. It's been a ride in Minnesota. It's been real. But as of Monday morning, I am heading down to Florida, moving down full time. I'm excited. I think it'll be a good journey.
What's the setup gonna look like down there? What's the background gonna look like?
I'm thinking a pool. I'm thinking just the pool area. I'm thinking I'm gonna go real douchey, and I think I'm gonna do something like that. I haven't decided. We'll see once I get down there what my setup will be like. You know, I can maybe I'll go by the beach one day.
Yeah.
I don't know, Joe. We'll see.
In the middle of the winter too. You should do that because then all the northern people are gonna get
Joseph,
real jealous.
I think we need to get you down there in the floor in the winter, and we can do a live podcast on the beach. We can do a live podcast on the boat. Whatever we need.
That sounds like a great idea.
We can make it happen, Joseph. But let's get right into our hot or not for the people. I'm gonna start us off here with a hot. I'm going to do Live Tour plane was the way I'm going to put this. They had released footage of the private jet that the Live plane has. Wow. Have you seen it?
No, I have not. Let me look at it.
I would look it up and look at it right now, Joseph. It's the most insane private jet I've ever seen in my entire life. And
as it would be.
In the video, you see
this is indoor.
Dustin Johnson.
This is a plane.
This is the plane. And you see all of them dancing and drinking at the bar and partying. You see Pat Perez getting lit.
No way that thing is in flight.
That's the plane. That's the plane that
no way that's a moving vehicle.
Yep, that the Live people get to go on. And that's what all the Live players and families and everything go on. Huge. But they just look happier. The players on the plane look happier. They look like they're having a good time. They look like they're rich. Their pockets are a little bigger.
They are rich.
And they're just living life and they're happier. Something tells me other PGA Tour players are going to see that video and think, what am I doing here? Just saying, another L for the PGA Tour, another positive for the Live. I want you to go to your hot. Give me what you're hot.
Speaking of what are we doing, I have a hot. No. Shane Wright. You might not know who Shane Wright is.
No idea.
Supposedly he is the Zion Williamson of the 2022 hockey NHL draft. Okay.
The Zion Williamson.
Projected to go number one for months, right? Mm-hmm. A surefire number one. Now I don't really know NHL draft much, but from what I've heard, he's the Zion Williamson, and he slid all the way to 4. Now normally that would be a not, right? But I think it's a hot for him. Because now he's got a little bit of that Aaron Rodgers. You slide down the board. Teams pass on you. You're feeling good. He stared down. After he got picked, he went number 4. He stared down the Montreal Canadiens draft table. Stared him down. He literally on live. Look it up. He goes.
You just look right at him.
That man is going to be cold in the league. Cold, I tell you.
That's a great hot, but I'll give you $1,000 if you can pronounce the name of the first overall draft pick this year. I'll give you $1,000. Look it up. First overall draft pick.
I saw it earlier. It's like Andrew. I don't even
know.
Oh,
you can't do it. You cannot do it. That is the most bullshit name I've ever seen. Like, what are you? Who? Why?
Why? He's clearly not from our country, pal.
Oh, so you have to be, you have to be from America to have a normal name, Joseph? What are you?
No, I'm saying it's not normal in Finland. It might be normal. Or he's from, what is SVK? Am I stupid?
Slovakia.
Oh, so he played in Finland, but he's from Slovakia. It's Juraj Slavovuski.
It's a fire name, actually.
Yeah, Juraj. Shouts out to Juraj, but Shane Wright.
You got a little ice on your neck there, Joseph? A little Cuban link, I believe is what they would say.
No.
How much that chain run you? If I gave you a chain detector.
$6.50 probably.
So it's not real.
Oh no! You think I'm wearing a actually diamond?
Well, it's
No.
kind of shining on your neck there, Joseph.
What do you think we do for a living over here?
Well,
We're podcasters. We're not there yet, pal.
I know. Maybe it's a little Cuban link for the kid. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. I got another hot that I want to throw on. Deshawn Watson. So he just had his hearing, and they investigated 15 of the girls of the victims, and the NFL was there. And the NFL had concluded after the hearing that there was no act of violence, crime, like anything bad, no discriminating, they found that it wasn't like it was good for Deshaun. Okay. So the same investigator that was at the hearing was the same investigator that investigated Robert Kraft's case and let him go with no suspension.
Oh, perfect.
So, at the end of the article I read, it said the year-long suspension that he has is not it doesn't have to be prohibited. So basically, they were trying to say it's not it's not indefinite. It doesn't have to happen at the end of the article. So my hot for Deshaun is I think he might find a way to slip into the regular season.
We're getting closer to the season here, and he's not
That's what I'm
suspended
saying.
yet. They can't suspend him mid-season. That's just
they can do whatever the fuck they want.
I don't think they
will. The NFL can do whatever they want.
I think we should get an all-massage team, like Robert Kraft,
dear God.
Deshaun Watson.
Well, Robert Kraft can own them all.
Right. I'm sure there's some...
And then the rest of I'm sure we can find plenty of guys. It wouldn't be very long. It would take very long.
You got anything else for us? Hot or not?
No, that's my hot or not for the week.
I actually do have a not real quick. So you know how Oregon was trying to get into the Big Ten?
I did see that.
Supposedly, Big Ten wants nothing to do with Oregon.
I did see that too. I heard they all got shut down real fast.
They're like the ugly stepsister that got left out because now they're stuck.
Well, and it is what it is. But when you think about look, USC and UCLA, when they come knocking in any conference, just the school itself, the fact that the other teams get to travel to California sometimes, the fact that they're two very cool iconic schools, it's hard to say no to those guys. But when fucking Oregon walks up to you and says, hey, can I join in? You're a great football school. You're a great Nike headquarters school. You're all in on Nike. I get it. But, you had your time with Mariota. You had your time in your prime. You guys have kind of been on the downfall for your guys' football program. And if you don't agree with me, well, go look at their record and tell me I'm wrong. So, I don't know. But I'm just saying, Oregon, I get it. Everyone wants to be in the Big Ten now. It's the only good conference.
Oregon State solos there, unfortunately.
The
Beavers are just top tier.
When the Beavers are overstanding you, that's where you run into problems. So we're just going to disregard them.
Go Beavs. All right.
I got something to hop into right away that I want to talk about. Baker.
Let's go.
So there's, I don't know. Have we talked about where we thought Baker was going to go on this podcast?
We talked about Carolina. I know that, but I don't think we actually said.
I couldn't be happier. I could not be happier for the situation he's in. Matt Corral is now going to get a first overall draft pick to mentor him, to show him the way. Matt Corral does not have to play. Can I just say I love
Sam Darnold might need some mentorship.
Oh, he's done. Oh, God. He'll never play a game in the NFL again. He's the worst quarterback. He'll never play again. You're done. You done. He'll never play again. Yeah. He's the worst quarterback in the NFL. But I truly believe that having Matt Corral in the back, we're backing up Baker, because if Baker messes up, you always can just throw in the rookie and have him mess up too. But the thing is, Baker Mayfield needs his chance. He went into a dog crap organization, which, by the way, he turned into a playoff team with a new coach every year.
That's what I've been saying, bro.
Baker is an underrated player.
I'm so tired of the Baker slander.
But
Cleveland thought he was a god.
Joseph, it goes back to the college days. He was a walk-on. Yes. He was a walk-on at his Texas Tech school. Earned the starting role. Then after Tech, it was Texas Tech, right?
No.
The first school.
No, that was Kyler Murray. But
no. The first school he went to, because he transferred to Oklahoma.
I know that.
And the first school he went to, he was a walk-on at. And he had to earn his starting role.
You're right, yeah, Texas Tech.
Yeah, he had to earn his starting role and earned it. And then after he earned it, he had to transfer to Oklahoma to get a better position. And he had to go earn that too. And he did, and won the fucking Heisman. It was the first overall draft.
And he planted that flag. Boom. He planted that flag.
Yeah, Bosa didn't forget that. We also remember that play. But regardless.
We love our man Bosa.
Regardless, he's been a dog for a long, long time. I've respected him since the beginning. I truly, truly believe that we need to give credit to Baker once he starts dominating with these Carolina Panthers. If he starts dominating.
I don't know about dominating, but
yeah, I bet
I'm glad that he's a starting quarterback.
I bet there'll be a 500
he's a start.
team.
Okay, they didn't say he's the starter. If Baker Mayfield is not the starter week 1, if he's healthy, the Panthers need to need to go to the XFL.
The Panthers have already been having their problems for God knows how long. But to be quite frank,
do you think CMC stays healthy for a whole year ever? Because if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, I like that backfield.
If he can say, no, I don't think he can anymore.
Remember, the Panthers were 3-0 with Sam Darnold last year. Now they did play the Jets, the Jaguars, and
oh my God,
the Falcons. I think
it's like when the Panthers, both the Panthers and the Broncos were undefeated the first 5 weeks, and then look, you know what I mean? Then look what happened.
Yeah,
it's like let's just calm down. I really think, and I really think this is a great move. Tell me what you think about it, Joseph. What do you got?
I mean, if I'm a Panthers fan, I'm feeling good. Baker's swaggy. He's got a lot of commercials. He brings the attention, a lot of negative attention. But
I love Baker.
Dude, I've already done I've done 20 Browns rants on this. He was the backbone of that team.
He was.
It's the same thing as trading Patrick Beverly. Prove me wrong.
Not really, but
it's the same thing.
Not
the heart of the team.
Well, not really. That's a different situation.
They both traded him for dudes who have complicated history, run-ins with the law. Not really, but
yeah, not really. But you know what, Joseph? I get what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to get at.
The heart of the team.
He was.
What are we doing, Browns?
I get it. Not much else in the NFL world. That was sort of the big news.
The NFL's got to get a kicking going.
Yeah, I know.
It
is the off season. But I tell you what, people are getting antsy. People are getting antsy for it to start. They're getting antsy.
The one thing, did you see the picture of Lamar Jackson?
Yo,
look it up.
Woo!
I almost forgot to talk about this. Woo. Oh, I need to look at it again. It's woo.
Yeah. I think he's ready to go. Has he signed his contract? Isn't he supposed to get a huge contract this offseason?
I think he's supposed to, but I don't think he has.
He's got to get on that. I saw that his mom is his manager.
Dude looks like Derrick Henry, bro.
Ripped. I mean, it could have been edited. It could have been a picture, whatever, but he was jacked, and he looked huge.
And he knew it. He posted, he's like, I'm looking good. I'm looking good.
Yeah, he knew exactly what he was doing.
You see his Twitter profile where he's got the...
No, I haven't. I don't even have Twitter.
It's like a gold... it's got gold on his teeth, and it says "I need money" on the. It's not actually his teeth, but
he needs money. He needs the money. He's not lying to you.
Now let's just get this out of the way, and we're gonna get to our division predictions eventually down the line before the season starts. Ravens are not a Super Bowl contender. They're just not.
Not
even with Lamar Jackson, but we can get into that later. I would love to argue that.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna remember that, Joseph.
Ravens are cuties. They might make the playoffs, but they are no Super Bowl contender.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that when we have this conversation, when we get into the more NFL talk. But I want to dive into some NBA because I want to ask you a pretty crucial question. Where is Kevin Durant playing next year?
I already said, dude, Portland. Bring him to Portland. Everything's lining up. Dame just signed his extension.
Oh, he didn't sign an extension. He signed to own the team.
Yeah.
Did you see how much money he's getting?
Yeah.
That is stupid.
Bring in KD with him. Money probably don't work out now.
So you think it should be Kevin Durant, Dame in Portland and have those two?
Gotta. No way Dame's sticking around for another year of finishing as the 9 seed, no?
Hear me out. I like that take, and it's definitely possible, but hear me out. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Chris Stapps.
God.
Hometown kid.
No chance. Bruh.
Hometown kid brings a championship back to his hometown.
I didn't even know he's from D.C. D.C. Cougine.
God.
Kevin is from
terrible.
D.C.?
Yeah, bro. You didn't know that? He's from Washington. That's his hometown. The Wizards are his hometown team, dude.
I guarantee he could care less about the Washington Wizards. He's probably never thought about the Washington Wizards.
But Joseph, I'm just saying. They just signed Bradley Beal. He's at his new
Bradley
home.
Beal also got the extension, so it works there.
Kevin Durant, Kristaps can stay. You might, and now honestly, you might never. You know what I just realized? And that would never happen because in order to get Kevin Durant, they would have to give up Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis. So that's
no, they got some young. They got a lot of draft picks.
You would have to give up a lot of draft picks and a lot of picks because the Nets are looking for superstar, 2 all-star players.
They're not getting 2 all-star players, dude.
That's what they want, though.
A
so
load of. The Nets are delusional.
Well, you saw the offer they gave the Timberwolves. You saw that, and they didn't. T-Wolves denied it.
No shot of making that trade. I would
first-round picks.
Would you trade Anthony Edwards for KD straight up?
They should have declined that. That was a great decline. They
no way.
There for sure.
No way.
No.
The Nets are delusional. They're just a horrible
I think
organization.
they know how good Kevin Durant is, and they know how the league thinks about him. So they're trying to get as much as they possibly can out of him. You know what I mean?
The problem is when you get 2 all-stars, they're gonna want out. Like.
Spend 1 year in Brooklyn with Ben Simmons and they get me the fuck out of here.
Like, what do they think? What do they think they're gonna get Devin Booker from the Suns? No shot.
No.
They think they're gonna get Zion Williamson.
Devin Booker's there to stay.
I did see a Pelicans idea. You trade a bunch of picks, Brandon Ingram, and then you have Zion, CJ, and KD.
That would be fun. But the thing is,
I don't know that KD would want to go down to
Brandon, dude.
The dirty what?
What about Zion, CJ, and Brandon? Like that's a good enough trio in and of itself.
I guess. Is it a championship trio though?
Well, they haven't played a full season. They've never played a full season. Together.
That is true. If Zion never steps it up a notch.
Zion never played a game with them, and CJ came way, way later in the season. Like, give them a full season. They had this whole offseason together. I don't know.
I'm excited.
Pelicans are coming. I think next year's gonna be good. There's a lot of trades. There's a lot of good teams now. Yeah. Teams are moving around.
I want to ask you a question. Why do you think the Pelicans are not viewed as a top tier NBA team? Like, I don't understand. New Orleans is a beautiful city. The Saints are a free agent destination. You'd want to go to the Saints if you're a free agent. So why does nobody want to go to the Pelicans? Nice city. You got
a lot of it
Mardi Gras.
True, but a lot of it is ownership and success. If you look at the past success of the Pelicans, what have we saw? Nothing. The ownership is not good in the Pelicans. They do not have good development staff.
It's not good with the Knicks either. Why is the Knicks considered a desirable destination? Because the
Knicks is an iconic franchise. You're in the great city of New York, which, by the way, if you didn't know, a very high percentage of basketball players come from. And you're in New York, bro. New York is the mecca of the entire world. It's like New York and LA.
I would rather live in New Orleans than New York. But the thing is, though, when you're a millionaire and like it doesn't really matter. If you become a star in New York, if you bring the Knicks to a championship, you're a star.
Look at Julius Randle, look at RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. They're stars.
I'm getting on 20 here, and the best Knicks player I've ever seen is Jeremy Lin. So it's like,
well, we both know that's not true. But I mean, Lin said he was something else. But I get what you're saying. And if you look at the Pelicans, name one player who's developed through the Pelicans. I guess maybe you could say Chris Paul, but it really wasn't like he mainly hit his growth spurt with the Clippers in his beginning years.
I just have beef with Anthony Davis for wanting out.
Exactly. That's another prime example. You had one of the greatest talents in all of basketball, and what'd you get with Anthony Davis? He was a stud, but what did your team do? Nothing. Now you got another stud in Zion Williamson. He already played a pretty good amount of his whatever year. Nothing. Like, they just don't have success. They don't have the coaching. But now that's turn around, so we'll see. They got the players, we'll see.
What is your opinion of guys that chase the bag instead of a ring? Like, Bradley Beal's not getting a ring now. Like, when he signed that check, he said, I do not want an NBA championship.
I think from ages 20, I think it obviously varies per person, but I think the thing is, when you look at Bradley Beal's deal, he's getting so much goddamn money. It's like you can't say no. You cannot... you can't say no to $50 million.
He could go be a 3 on a team. He could go be a 3 on a team that's a piece away and win a ring, you know?
I know, but like I said, though, some people just have different like goals. And like Bradley Beal, like he just made $250 million. He's got 3 kids, or 3 or 2. He's got kids. He's got a wife. He's got people to take care of. Like,
but he's got to play for the Wizards.
But he likes playing for Washington, clearly. He loves it.
It's just like, I don't get it, dude.
And
even with Dame, it's like, I know you love Portland, dude, but like,
look at the bag. Oh my God, you can't even say no to Dame's bag.
I know, but he's going to get to the end of his career and his legacy. He's going to be like one of the greatest shooters of all time and not even come close to winning a ring. I don't even think he's played in a conference championship game.
But Joseph, at the same time, we have to look at it like this from their perspective. Why would Damian Lillard and all these guys really give a fuck about their legacy and what other people think about them and how they are as players when they can dip their nuts in caviar on their Lamborghini yachts and private jets when they're fucking retired, and when their kids are driving around in G-Wagons and we're still podcasting with 5,000 people listening to us, and they're multi-million billionaires, like, and they're living the great life, and they took their family from nothing to something. Like, I understand the ring chasing, I understand that, but here's my thing. I think from 20 to 30, get the bag. That's when you need to get the bag. That's when you're in your prime, you're getting there, you're healthiest. You can at least convince some teams to sign you to a big contract, get the bag. If you get past 30 and you have no rings and you have nothing to show for it, and you are interested in getting a ring, like that's all you care about. You're like, I got enough money. Like, this is all I don't care about the money at all. I'm literally like John Wall, willing to play for $5 million. Like, I just want to go win a ring. If you're willing to do that, then after 30, I don't see any problem with team hopping to go get a ring. I don't see a problem.
I guess, but like Bradley Beal, by the time this contract's up, Bradley Beal's going to be 34.
With $500 million in the bank at 34 years old.
It's just a hard balance because it's like ring chasing to the max. Like we see guys that do that and we hate that, and guys that don't like just play for the money only. It's just like, man. Like it does suck as fans. Kevon Looney has 3 rings and Dame's never gonna get one.
I know, and it does suck. Like as fans, exactly like that. It's like you see these great players, people aren't gonna appreciate them as much just because they didn't like get a ring or get a certain like MVP or didn't get this and that, like didn't get the playoff recognition. Like people are gonna discredit them, and it sucks as fans. But you know and I know Bradley Beal's a dog, and unfortunately, probably by the end of the year, you're right. Not many people are going to give him the credit he deserves, but we all know Bradley Beal is a fucking bucket.
He is also a very rich man.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about before you get in top 3?
Let me think. Oh, I was going to ask you, yay or nay for the Jalen Brunson going to Knicks? I know we talked about it a little bit last week, but do you think now? Like, do you think like it was a good move for the Knicks? Like, do you like when you really savor it in? Do you think it was a good move?
No.
So you don't think at all?
No.
Okay. All right. No. I just want to.
You know what I have savored on? I have savored on the Rudy Gobert thing a little bit, but not on the Jalen Brunson thing.
Not the Jalen. Still same. Like
I'm drinking a little of the Kool-Aid on the Rudy Gobert thing, just from the hype videos and stuff, but not on the Jalen Brunson. No, you're gonna be a 7 seed.
Just from the hype videos and stuff. All right, I get that.
Little French accent in Minnesota. We could use.
That's kind of fire, actually, dude. When he was at the stadium walking around, I was kind of fire. I give it. All right, let's get into the top 3 here. We're going top 3 breakfast foods. I was at breakfast today. I got Chick-Fil-A for breakfast. Oh my good God, Joseph! It
is so underrated.
So good. See, I now know why you work at Chick-fil-A. The food is so good, dude. It is so. Are you sick of it?
I have genuinely worked there for 4 years, and I could still eat it any day. Like at college, we have a Chick-fil-A on campus, and I still I use my dining dollars for it.
Yeah, because
even though I've had it a million times.
Yeah, so you don't get sick of it. You don't get sick of it, do you?
No.
That just shows you how good the food is. You've been there for 4 years working, and you cannot get sick of the food. No matter what. I would
go for some Chick-fil-A breakfast right now. Like
it's so good, dude. It's very, so very damn good.
And it's very underrated.
So that's what it's inspired this top 3. So I'm gonna dive first because I love this top 3. It's just breakfast foods. So I just want to discrete things for it. So you can use breakfast sandwiches. You can use like an omelet, whatever. You can use any type of that is like a breakfast food item. Just give me like a breakfast food. I'm going number 3. I'm going the breakfast bagel. I think the breakfast bagel is a staple.
We know you're a big breakfast bagel guy.
Oh, God, I love the breakfast bagel. I think it's a staple. I think it belongs in the top 3, and I think any person can get any type of bagel with any type of topping 100%. Means cream cheese, do what you got to do. The breakfast bagel is at 3. Number 2, I'm going an omelet, okay? I'm a huge omelet guy.
Very versatile.
It is very versatile. That's why I love it, because I can get all types of omelets. I can get all sorts of different things inside the omelet. I can get a different type of eggs and cheese on the omelet. I'm a huge, huge omelet guy, okay? And number 1, I'm going French toast. I think so. Before we go any further, as you can clearly tell, French toast over waffles, French toast over pancakes. I think French toast is undefeated. Now, if we're talking the hot cakes from McDonald's, different story. Have you ever had those, Joseph?
I've not.
Oh, they'll fuck you sideways.
And we'll get into that in a second here.
Let me tell you. But that would be my number 1. You can get the French toast from anywhere. Homemade French toast sticks with some syrup.
Oh, that's nostalgic.
It is pretty unbelievable. Maybe get some powdered sugar on there. Do what you got to do. Put some fruit on there. It is so good. Joseph, we're going to slide right on over to you for your top 3.
All right. I'm surprised you left out the staple of all staples. You have to, if you're thinking of breakfast, cereal has to be in your top 3. It is the definition of breakfast. What are you laughing about, bro? Dude's spitting out his water right now. This
cereal
clown,
is on your list?
Yes!
You can get any breakfast item. Pancakes, French toast, waffles, omelet, breakfast sandwich, breakfast bagel, eggs, bacon, toast. You pick cereal as your 3.
Yeah.
Sugary. I mean, you know what?
Doesn't... you cannot. Here's my thing.
But isn't that grouping, Joseph? Because then technically, if you say cereal, aren't you saying that means all cereals? You know what I mean?
I guess.
But then again, though, I said omelet, and that technically means all omelets. So now, you know what? Never mind. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm just saying, for me, breakfast is like a warm up to the day. Like,
so you're not trying to get loaded.
I'm a huge breakfast guy, like once or twice a week, and maybe
Really?
if it's an event.
Okay.
But other than that, I'm like a couple bowls of cereal in the morning, grab a bar on the way out, big lunch, big dinner. Like, that's me. So cereal's prime for that. You get a couple bowls in the morning. It's got to be at least 2. Never one bowl of cereal. I can actually get behind
that. I can get behind that now that you say it.
Number 2 is a fat stack of chocolate chip pancakes. I mean,
do you have a certain brand or type of pancake you think is unbelievable?
Well, there was this one place. It's called what's it? Oh God, it's in Colorado. It's where I grew up. But their pancakes are so good that, bruh, why am I forgetting the name? Rosie's Diner, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So good, bro.
A little shout out, little
pancakes.
Free advertisement for Rosie's
Little free
Diner.
Advertisement. I mean, those things are to die for.
They're that good. You got to shout out Rosie's Diner in Colorado.
Also, shout out my mom's chocolate chip pancakes. Those are gas. I'm a big pancakes guy, but throwing in chocolate chips, a little bit of variety in the bite, huge. Throw a little butter on there, a little syrup, big. But number 1, and this might be a hot take. McDonald's McGriddles, bro, are the definition.
You want to hear something nuts?
Of delicious.
I knew you were gonna say something McDonald's, and I don't know why. To be quite frank, if there wasn't a McDonald's breakfast item on either of our top 3s, I would had to have thrown in my honorable mention, which I do have an honorable mention, by the way.
It's so good. Now, it's a little overpriced, I will say. It can't be every day kind of thing.
No.
Doesn't make you feel very good on the insides.
Exactly. No. You can't.
But the flavor, a little sweet with the little pancakes. I don't even know if you can call them pancakes. The McGriddles, the egg, the sausage, all mixed in there. A big sausage McGriddle, not bacon. Wow.
So
no sausage or bacon on either of our lists.
I know. So for my honorable mention, Joseph, I'm gonna go the Chick-Fil-A mini of biscuits. You know, like those mini.
Yeah. See, I could go Chick-Fil-A. I could go down the whole list.
I had those today. Oh my God, dude. How am I just finding out about these?
So it's like special honey butter, right? If you work there, like me, you take extra honey butter and put it on there.
So that's that little flavoring on those biscuits there. That's fire. I appreciate everyone for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. Follow the Instagram. Follow the TikTok. Like and comment on all our videos. Subscribe on the YouTube. Listen on Apple Podcasts. Listen on Spotify. Do what you got to do. We appreciate you listening. Joseph, you got anything for the people?
That's it. Have a good week. Peace.